everybody, this is Vinu Venkatesh again, and we are back for another class in mathematics on behalf of the SAI Education for Comparative Examination, and we're going to continue with time, distance and speed questions as we did last time. So this is part 2 as I had said, and we will continue with question number 12. Question number 12 is very simple. A monkey tries to ascend a greased pole 14 meters high. It ascends 2 meters in the first minute and slips down 1 meter in the alternate minute. Okay, so in the first minute it climbs 2 meters, and then in the next minute it slips 1 meter, right? It continues to ascend in this fashion. How long does it take to reach the top? So the monkey takes 1 minute to ascend 2 meters, that is to climb 2 meters. In the next 1 minute, it slips by 1 meter. Therefore, in 2 meters, it ascends only 1 meter. In 2 minutes, it climbs only 1 meter, isn't it? Total time taken is 2 minutes and distance traveled is 1 meter. Therefore, the speed of the monkey is 1 meter and 2 how do you find the speed of the monkey? So 1 meter the monkey ascends in 2 minutes. Therefore, in 1 minute, how many meters does it ascend? It ascends or climbs only half a meter. So the speed of the monkey is half meters per minute. So in this case, we subtract 2 from 14, that you get 12 meters, multiplied by 2 plus 1, which will give you 25 minutes. All right. Moving to question number 13. Two trains for Patna leave Delhi at 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. and travel at 60 kilometers per hour and 70 kilometers per hour respectively. How many kilometers from Delhi will the two trains be together? So whenever we are given information about two trains leaving from the same station in the same direction at different times and different speeds, and we are asked to calculate the distance when the two trains will be together, we have to use this formula. That is, multiply the speeds of the train divided by subtract the speeds of the train multiplied by difference in time. Make sure the units are uniform. So here the units are given in kilometers per hour. So it's 60 times 70 divided by, it should actually be 70 minus 60 into 30 minutes divided by 60 minutes, that is half an hour, which will give you which when you simplify will give 210 kilometers. How did you get 30 minutes? It is the difference in the starting time of the two trains, 10 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. So that is a difference of 30 minutes, which is written as 30 by 60 hours or half hour. All right. Now, question number 14 is also similar to this. Two cars run to a place at the speed of 45 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour respectively. Okay. If the second car takes 5 hours less than the first for the journey, find the length of the journey. So this is similar to question 13. Now two cars run to a place at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour and 60 kilometers per hour. So it is assumed, it is evident that that the cars are starting from the same starting point. It is obvious, right? So we are given the two speeds. We are also given the difference in time. The second car takes 5 hours less than the first for the journey. Find the length of the journey. So it is nothing but the same formula, right? It will give you, when you simplify, when you plug in the numbers and get the distance, it is equal to 900 kilometers. Now moving to question 15. Read it carefully. Two trains start at the same time from two stations and proceed towards each other. That means they're coming from opposite directions at the rates of 20 kilometers per hour and 25 kilometers per hour respectively. When they meet, it is found that one train has traveled 80 kilometers more than the other. Find the distance between the two stations, right? So in such questions, when trains are starting at the same time from two different stations and they are coming from opposite directions towards each other with their speeds given, then this is a formula that we have to use. We have to add the two speeds divided by, take the difference between the two speeds into t. Here t is nothing, here t is 0, so but they have given that one of the trains would have traveled 80 kilometers more than the other, so it would be sum of the speeds divided by difference of the speeds into 80. Once you solve it, you'll see that you'll get an answer of 720 kilometers. Okay, you'll just have to memorize this formula about when two trains are moving in the opposite directions from different stations, that is, they are moving towards each other from different stations, then this formula has to be used. Okay, number 16. A train 100 meters long takes 6 seconds to cross a man walking at 5 kilometers per hour in a direction opposite to that of the train. Find the speed of the train. Now this is similar to, we are given that the train and the man are moving in opposite directions. In such a case, we have to use this formula. Add the lengths of the train plus the length of the man, there is none, divided by the sum of their speeds. Once you do that, you just have to apply it here. Use the conversion factor, right? Because length of the train is in meters, time is given in 6 seconds, but the speed of the man is in kilometers per hour. Once you use that formula which we talked about and the conversion factor, you will get an answer of 55 kilometers per hour. Just try it out, think. Okay, question number 17. A train running at 54 kilometers per hour takes 20 seconds to pass a platform. Okay. Next, it takes 12 seconds to pass a man walking at 6 kilometers per hour in the same direction in which the train is going. Find the length of the train and the length of the platform. So let's work out this question. It's pretty easy. So let's look at how this thing works out. Okay, so number 17. Please first let us write down the information given. Speed is given in 54 kilometers per hour. The time taken by the train to cross the platform is 20 seconds, which when converted gives you 1 by 180 hours. Time taken to pass the man walking in the same direction is 12 seconds, which when converted gives 1 by 300 hours. Speed of the man is 6 kilometers per hour. Let length of train be L and length of platform be P. Sorry. So, as per our one of the early, so coming to our working, we write the length of the train plus length of the platform divided by the speed taken by the train is equal to 1 by 180 hours. Assume that the length of the train and the platform are in kilometers. So upon simplifying, you get this equation, L plus P is equal to 3 by 10, right? Now, based on the information, we can also write L by 48 is equal to 1 by 300 hours. How did I get 48? 54 kilometers per hour minus 6 kilometers per hour, which is the speed of the man. Why am I subtracting? Because they are moving in the same direction. Okay. Once you solve this, you will get L as 4 by 25 kilometers, which is equal to 160 meters. Substitute this value of L, right, in the first equation, and which once when you simplify, you will get as 0.16 plus P is equal to 3 by 10, which will give you the length of the platform as 1.4 divided by 10 kilometers, which is nothing but 140 meters. And this is the answer that is given in the question. Yes, 160 meters is the length of the train, 140 meters is the length of the platform. Now we'll come to question number 18 in the end, because I just want to discuss it a bit more. Let's move to number 19. Two trains are running at 40 kilometers per hour and 20 kilometers per hour respectively in the same direction. First train completely passes a man sitting in the slower train in 5 seconds. What is the length of the fast train? Okay, let's work it out. Let us assume that the length of the fast train is L1 kilometers. Therefore, L1 kilometers divided by 40 minus 20. Why? Because they are traveling in the same direction. Okay, equals 5 seconds divided by 3600 seconds. Why do I say that? What is this thing? This I am assuming that this is equivalent to the formula where the man and the train are moving in the same direction, but we don't have the length of the man. We only have the length of the train. It is wrong to think of even the length of the man, right? So that's why we only take, this is similar to that formula where we add the trains. Remember that formula where we take the length of the train divided by the speed of the train will give you the time taken by the train to cross a man. Similarly here we take the length of the train divided by the difference in the we take the length of the train divided by the difference in the speeds of the two trains, okay, and the time taken to cross that man. Once you simplify, you will get length as 27 and 7 by 9 meters. This is what exactly that even they have done, right? It's just a matter of understanding the question and also when to use the formula. Now question 20 is very similar to one of the previous questions that we have done. Read the question carefully, see what information is given, and then you try and solve it, because we have done a similar question. It's just about applying the formula. So two trains running in opposite directions cross a man standing on the platform in 27 seconds and 17 seconds respectively, and they cross each other in 23 seconds. What is the ratio of their speeds? So here we have to use two different equations, okay? They have explained it here. We have also done a similar question, so I'm not going to go through this again. I want you to please try this question. We have already done a similar question, so it is not difficult. It is very easy. Now moving to question number 21. Two men, actually not man, A and B, walk from P to Q a distance of 21 kilometers. So P to Q is 21 kilometers at 3 kilometers per hour and 4 kilometers per hour respectively. B reaches Q and returns immediately and meets A at point number R, which is this. Find the distance from P to R. In this case, we have to simply use a formula. 2 times total distance of A into A speed divided by speed of A plus B, which is 2 times total distance of A is 21. It's clearly given that A only moves from P to Q and does not return. Let us assume that, because no further information is given. Whereas B goes from P to Q and returns and meets A at R. So R is between P and Q. So 2 times total distance of A, which is 21 kilometers, into speed of A, which is 3 kilometers plus per hour, divided by the sum of A and B speed, which is 3 plus 4 kilometers per hour. Once you solve it, you will see that you'll get an answer of 18 kilometers. What do you mean by 18 kilometers? So 18 kilometers is the point at which A meets B, that is at point R. So this means that the distance between P and R, as the question requires, is 18 kilometers. Okay? Now suppose, so the distance from P to R is 18 kilometers. Okay, so that's the answer that we have got. You need not do the second step. It is just done for information. What this means is the distance traveled by B before it meets A. That is, B completes 21 kilometers. That is what they have said in the question. That is, it has moved from P to Q and traveled an additional distance of R, which is when it meets A. So the total distance traveled by B before meeting A is 24 kilometers, whereas the total distance traveled by A before meeting B is 18 kilometers. That means the distance from P to R, which is their meeting point, is 18 kilometers. Okay, let's move on to 22. A man takes 8 hours to walk to a certain place and ride back. However, he could have gained 2 hours if he had covered both ways by riding. how long would he have taken to walk both ways? Okay, let us work this problem out. So let D be the distance traveled by man. Let us assume that the distance is the same. Obviously the distance is the same. So the time taken by the man by walking is D divided by speed of the man walking. Let it be SW plus time taken by the man to ride by riding is D, the same distance, divided by SR, which is a riding speed. That is given to be 8 hours as per the question. So this is your first equation. Then they say that if the man had ridden throughout the journey without walking, he would have taken only 6 hours. So how do we write it? D divided by SR, that is riding speed, plus D divided by SR. This is the first leg of the journey, that is onward trip, return trip. But in the first case, he walks onward and returns riding. In the second case, he rides onward and returns also on riding. So once you simplify this equation, you get 2D by SR equals 6. So going back to equation 1, once you cross multiply, you will get this equation. Going to equation 2, once you cross multiply and solve, you will get this term, right? Substitute, right? Substitute. Now going back to substitute this in the first equation and solve it. You will find that speed of walking is equal to 3 times speed of riding divided by 5. Okay. Now the question is asking how long would he have taken to walk both ways. So walking both ways is what we have to find. So it will be so it is nothing but similar to this equation, D divided by SW plus D divided by SW, which is 2D divided by SW. But we know that SW is 3SR by 5. Substitute it here and solve it, you will get 10. Okay, moving to question 23, it's very simple. A person covers a distance in 40 minutes, that is the time. If he runs at a speed of 45 kilometers per hour on average, find the speed at which he must run to reduce the time of the journey to 30 minutes. So in both cases, the distance is the same. It is obvious because nothing else is mentioned. So it is safe to assume, it is also correct to assume that the distance is the same. Let us look at the working. So let T1 be 40 minutes, which is equal to 40 divided by 60 hours or 2 by 3 hours. Speed is 45 kilometers per hour, so the distance is nothing but speed into time, which is this, which is 30 kilometers. Now if the time has to be reduced to 30 minutes, which is half hour, what should the speed be? S2 is nothing but D, which is the same distance, divided by the new time T2, that is 30 kilometers divided by half hour is nothing but 60 kilometers per hour as given here. Very simple, just work it out. Number 24. A and B walk together around a circular path whose circumference is 45 kilometers. Circumference is the boundary of the circle. They start from the same spot in the same direction. Okay. The speed of A is 4 kilometers per hour and B is 5 kilometers per hour. After what time will they be together again at the starting point? So in this case, we have to follow this formula. In the same direction, the time taken to be together again at the same starting point is nothing but the circumference divided by the speed of A minus B or B minus A, whichever is greater. So 45 divided by 5 minus 4, which should be 45 hours. If it's the opposite direction, you would take circumference divided by A plus B, which is 45 divided by 9, which is 5 hours. You will have to memorize this formula. Okay, coming to question 18. Two trains are running at, question 18 is a man sitting in a train which is traveling at 50 kilometers per hour observes that a goods train traveling in the opposite direction takes 9 seconds to pass him. If the goods train is 280 meters long, find its speed. Okay, so the speed of the goods, so the speed is nothing but the length divided by time. So length of the goods train is 208 meters divided by time of 9 seconds. And in order to convert the speed into kilometers per hour, we use the conversion factor 18 by 5. So this is nothing but 280 by 9 into 18 by 5 kilometers per hour, which is 112 kilometers per hour. Now, find its speed. But at the same time, now here we are assuming when we are, so this is nothing but, what is this 280 by 9? 280 by 9 actually is the speed of the goods train, assuming that the man is standing still. But he is not standing still. He is in a train which is in the opposite direction, right? So then in that case, in order to get the actual speed of the goods train, we have to minus 50 kilometers per hour from 112, which will give you 62 kilometers per hour. You'll have to understand the question. Remember, whenever you're in doubt, please go back to the formulae that we studied, okay? Moving in same direction, moving in opposite direction, and then try and apply these formulae to the questions. So that is it from me for now. We have finished the time, distance and speed topic. If you have any comments, please put them in the comment section and let us know so that we can help clear your doubts. So all the best, take care and keep practicing.